Clerk will read the caption to House Resolution 961.
House Resolution 961 by Representative Dempsey of the 13th, Lumsden of the 12th, and Coomer the 14th. A resolution congratulating the Rome High School football team on winning the GHSA 5A State Football Championship and for other purposes.
Chair recognizes Chairman Dempsey for an invite resolution.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, it's time to recognize another football team, the most special one in the state, actually, certainly in my heart. Today, it's my privilege to honor the Rome High School football team, the Rome Wolves, on another glorious season. They were the victors in the Georgia High School 5A State Football Championship again. It's the second year in a row. I'm joined today by Coach John Reed, Adam Anderson, TJ K-Mac, Jackson Norton, KJ Hicks, some of their friends and colleagues and teammates up in the gallery, if you'll wave to us, as well as our superintendent. Stand up for us, stand up. So we're privileged to have them here today, but there's about half of them already over in the Senate, and they're anxious to get a hold of them. So I'm just going to take a minute to tell you, yesterday we heard about a great victory, seized at the very last moment in another game. Well, these guys don't do it. They don't play it that way, actually. They completed the season with a record 15-0 schedule. They have, and the strongest record ever with 20 straight games won. This season, the team scored 758 points to become the highest scoring team in the history of Georgia in all, hear that again, all classifications. Yeah, it does. It deserves a little round of applause. It does. They averaged 50 points per game and 46.2 per game in the playoffs. And they met previously undefeated Warner Robins. The road there was not easy. They were gathered in the stadium over at Mercedes-Benz on December the 8th, ready to go on the field, when a unique ice storm had hit Georgia, and they were shut down. And all of that adrenaline and energy had to be put back in the box, but it gave them one more week to practice and one more week to get ready and travel then to Warner Robins instead of Mercedes, and to become the #1 team in Georgia, awarded by Max Preps in all classifications, and the #2 team in our nation. I'm privileged to be here with Adam Anderson also, who was named the Player of the Year in Georgia for all classifications. Adam, give him a big wave real quick. Yeah. And 7 of our Rome football players were named to the Georgia 5A State Championship team. But I want you to meet the driver behind all of this. The heart and the soul is Coach John Reed and his staff in their 3rd year of coaching, who have won 2 state championships in a row. Thank you, Coach Reed.
Thank you, Representative Dempsey. We are very, very fortunate to be able to represent the state of Georgia as the state champions. I also want to thank everybody in this great institution for all they do for education and all they've done for our kids. It's an honor to represent Floyd County and the city of Rome as the 2017 5A state champions. It's also an honor to be called state champions in such a great state for football. We are also representing Rome High School, which has a rich tradition in academics, the arts, and athletics now. Credit for this championship would not be possible without the support of our superintendent, who is up there in the gallery today, our school board, our school administration, teachers, students, and parents. We are Rome. Also, I want to make sure that, and Representative Dempsey already spoke about this, that this team is historic. It's one of the finest teams to ever take the field in the history of Rome, or of high school football in Georgia. I want to mention just a couple people that are huge importance. And Ms. Dempsey was nice enough to call me the driving force. I got a coaching staff that just lets me do my job as coach, and they do a tremendous job. Wayne Groves, up there in the gallery, defensive coordinator. Chris Bowden, up there, offensive coordinator. Coach Barry Hall, offensive line. Coach John Lovingood, linebackers. Coach Nick Bridges, receivers. Coach Jason King, running backs. Coach Jason Colts, freshman. Coach Cody Amos, freshman. Coach Dennis Toney, freshman. Coach Jim Tejek, freshman. These men were worked for 6 straight months, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to get this done. And we thank you, and thanks for everything you do for our schools and Georgia in general. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.